Today on Motorhead Garage, Dave and his guests show how pros and regular folks can get the same quality shine, replace a door seal on a classic Chevy truck, and use medical technologies in the automotive world.
Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
This is Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. As you know, these days cars are getting more and more expensive and they're hard to get. So folks are keeping their cars longer. Jim, what are some things they can do to protect their car that's seen some road time already?
Well, you know, they could obviously bring it to a shop like mine, but it's going to cost a good bit of money. Our detailings for ceramic coating start around $1,500 and you can go up easily to $4,000. Or for 20 bucks, they can get a DIY product, the ceramic spray from NEXGEN, and it's going to protect their car for many months. A bottle like this will last easily for a year to do their car 4 or 5 times and really more. And I think it's a good alternative for someone to save a lot of money and be able to keep their car protected.
Why is NEXGEN ceramic spray so good?
Well, really, Dave, it starts with the raw materials and the chemistry behind that. From the very beginning to the very end of how this is manufactured, it really brings it to a much better scientific grade of product.
You're a professional, you've been doing this for 30 years. How impressive is NEXGEN's DIY product?
It's the most impressive product I've ever worked with in the market, period.
What makes NEXGEN better?
It's easier to use than any other product I've used. It's like super easy to fix if you use too much. And that's the biggest problem that we have with our customers is they simply use way too much of the product and it takes very little to go a long way. This product you can actually use on the glass, you can use on the paint, you can use it on the painted surface of your wiper blades, you can use it on the black trim, the moldings, you could use it on your wheels. Hell, you could use it on your mailbox if it was painted.
All right, Jim, we'll let you get back to work. Now, Michael, I know you don't have a mailbox coating, but you do have the ceramic. What else do you have in the NEXGEN line?
So the ceramic is a great product and it does a tremendous amount for your vehicle. But there are other things that you need if you're going to go through that full detail process as a DIY enthusiast. That's why we've released our water spot remover, our wheel and engine cleaner, our bug and tar remover. You guys in the South, you understand what it means when you get bugs on your car. This is one of the greatest products in the world. The bugs literally just fall off. We've got a full line of products that takes you all the way through the interior of the car, through the exterior of the car, through the engine bay, through the wheels. We've got you covered from the front to the back of the car completely.
Now, how do I know I'm getting a quality product from NEXGEN?
So the story of NEXGEN really begins in 2008 when we were the largest purchaser of a national brand that ended up getting sold to another company, and we saw quality degrade and go downhill. We realized we weren't able to find the products that we wanted anymore, so the only option that we had was to make them ourselves. So these products that you're looking at, the products that we sell on our website, have literally been used on millions of cars from 2009 to 2019 by our own team. We have over 700 detailers in our sister company embedded in car dealerships up and down the West Coast that are using these products on a daily basis for every car that comes in and goes out of service bays for dealerships up and down the West Coast. So when you ask me how do I know because our products have been literally on millions of cars. We've brought in the best in breed of chemists. We only buy the best raw materials, and the chemistry that we have that puts everything together creates products that are not only easy for our professionals to use, but they've been tailored specifically in this line for DIY enthusiasts. So we've created a product line that allows customers to buy products to get from the front to the back, from the inside to the outside of their car, not only providing them the best cleaning products, the best protective coatings, but at the best price, because we all know in today's economy, everybody wants to do the best they can, but they want to spend as little as possible. So we're trying to make that possible when it comes to dealing with your car.
How does the NEXGEN DIY experience compare to the pro experience they might get at one of your detail shops?
So going into one of our detail shops, you're going to get a pro experience that could comprise of a 4 or a 5-step paint correction if you've really got issues with your paint. And in some cases, people need to do that. If you've got scratches or dents or dings where you've gone through the clear coat, you've gone through the paint, you're down into the raw metal, there's not a product up here that's going to fix that. But if you're talking about doing the daily nicks and scratches, the bumps and bruises, if you would, that your car encounters as it's out on the road every day, this product set is going to cover you soup to nuts. But when you go to that pro grade detailer, now you're talking about spending $1,500, $2,500, in some cases $4,000 to get a professional grade ceramic coating, a professional grade paint repair job, where you may not really need that. If you really want to bring that shine up on that car that you've had for 4, 5, 6 years, this product line is going to pull that out of it, and it's going to make it feel like it's brand new all over again.
Jim touched on it. You also talked about ceramic coatings. What makes a ceramic coating a ceramic coating?
It's really plain and simple. At the end of the day, a ceramic coating has to have silicon dioxide. The more silicon dioxide in the product, the stronger the coating is going to be. When you're dealing with a pro-grade coating, which many people associate with a glass bottle and no sprayer, you're looking at coatings that have 60, in some cases 70% silicon dioxide. When you're talking about a consumer-grade product, most of our competitors have 1, maybe 2% silicon dioxide in it. Our product today has 13%, which is why it's rated #1 in the DIY market.
You can see why they are #1 if you get it for yourself. Go to getnextgen.com/Motorhead for a special discount. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so we'll see you around the corner.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. And by Easy Sink, portable wash and shower station that's easy and convenient to use.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Last time we saw this classic Chevy truck, Dave Welch was here from Brithers Trucks, and we did a little patch panel here on the back of the cab, and it looks terrific. Now, Dave, you know, we see rust like that taking out body panels of these old trucks, but really one of the first things to go, it's the rubber,
right,
the rubber seals.
Number one.
Yeah, and it's just the nature of rubber seals. They're going to go fast, and you're opening and closing doors and things like that, and it's wearing on it.
Right.
So what solutions does Brithers Trucks have for us?
Well, we got all the rubber going all the way around your truck, all your glass, vent windows, front, rear, deluxe, standard, etc., everything from 47 all the way up to 87.
And you're not talking like a universal seal. This is something made specifically for the vehicle that you have.
Right. Not all rubber is created equal. So for instance, a lot of times when you see these kinds of rubber right here, you see that hole right there? That's supposed to be there. A lot of times it will be filled in or it'll be thicker. And what happens is the door doesn't want to shut all the way. A lot of times you see the doors pried open a little bit. It's because the rubber is too thick. Another thing you want to look for is you see these little holes right here? They're for air. Because if it didn't have that in there, when this shut, because of the hole in there, then the air would get compressed and it wouldn't shut. So you have to have the vents for the air too. We take our time and because, you know, all the vendors come to us and say, buy our stuff. And we take the cheapest stuff and sell it to you, but there's repercussions for that. We take our time, we find the quality parts, and that's what we offer you.
Only the best from Brithers Trucks. Now let's talk about this particular seal on the door. Now when this truck came in, we saw there was a gap at the bottom.
Right, so a lot of times what happens is when people replace them, they'll put the ends butted up against each other. And the problem with that is that the rubber's gonna shrink, so it starts to separate like that. You'll see the same thing on windows and things too. So one of the things you want to do is when you have your overlap, like you saw me do, you don't want to cut it dead even. It's going to shrink and gap. What you're going to do is you're going to go with about an inch, 3/4 of an inch or so of an overlap. Then you'll pull off both sides, you'll put your butts together, and then you put it down. And this forces them together, and you don't have to worry about that cap coming back. Another problem you run into these with a lot of times is that the sill plates right here, it's difficult to line up the sill plate, the carpeting that you got underneath, and find the original hole. So what you do is you get yourself a pokey thing or an awl, and you just simply put it down there, and you find the hole, you get everybody lined up, now you can put in your screw nice and easy.
Plain and simple. And this is a guy that's been doing this for a long, long time, so he knows all the tips and tricks. But Brithers Trucks makes these jobs easy because they give you the equipment that fits your truck.
Right.
And for this door sill in particular, what's the process like of taking the old one off and putting the new one on?
It's really easy. These just got 3 screws holding this bottom sill on, and then it just pulls right off. Now, sometimes people would have glued them on or whatever. You don't really need to do that with these because these just press on. It's not like the old ones that is a gluey mess. That's one of the reasons I really like these, because I don't have to have such a horrible mess.
What if you get a truck or any vehicle that has glue on the seal and you can't get it off?
Yeah, just take it off. You saw when this had the dirt on there and such, and the dirt builds up over years, so it's not going to give me a proper seal on there. So I really got to make sure that dirt's out of there. And then, like I said, one of the main things on these is the corners. And when you're installing it, you really got to make sure that it's in that corner. So not only am I hammering it up there lightly, I'm pushing up at the same time too. If this gets on too tight, when it starts to shrink, it'll pull away.
I've seen that a lot in a lot of vehicles when people are doing it themselves especially.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about taking your time. How important is it to just take it slowly when doing a project like this?
Yeah, basically it's always the same gig. You know, if you rush, you're just going to have it too short, or, there's always repercussions. So,
of course, we've only touched on the basics here, but if folks want to see a more detailed explanation of how to do all this, where can they go?
Just go to our YouTube channel. It's Brithers Trucks YouTube channel. You can see me install windshields, the door, the rebuild vent windows, all that kind of stuff. Just everything for your truck to get it back on the road.
Well, that's on the YouTube page, but if you want to buy these products for your truck, they have everything from 1947 to 1987 when it comes to Chevy and GM trucks. Go to brotherstrucks.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings when we come back.
Dragonfire Tools, quality affordable storage. Proud sponsor of our DragonfireTools.com studio.
Brian Hansen is the lead engineer at Tribotex, and he gets a lot of emails. I got a chance to look through them, Brian, and I picked out some of the most popular emails you get. And the first one is a question that I ask anytime I'm going to put anything near my vehicle. Is it safe for my vehicle?
It's safe for all vehicles. Doesn't matter if you have a performance car, an off-roader, or a daily driver, this thing is safe in any engine. Took us many years to develop it and make sure that it will be safe in any engine now and in the future.
Even my old classic car?
Your old classic car is going to love it. They removed lead from the fuel. That was a good lubricant. We've used zincs and such. This nanoparticle is superior to that technology, and it's a non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about its environmental impact.
I know a lot of new cars, oil weights have changed a lot. It used to be just throw whatever oil you want in the car, and now new cars are so particular about what they need. So does it work with the brand new cars as well?
Yes. One of the best things about Tribotex is that it is a small amount of particles that are a lot of particles in a very small tube. So we do not change the behavior of your oil. It doesn't matter if you use Tribotex with synthetic or conventional oils. We do not manipulate the oil. We just use it as a carrier for our nanoparticles.
And another question that gets asked a lot, how long does Tribotex last? One dose, I guess, you put in your car.
Tribotex is terrible for us, but great for the people because it ends up lasting in your engine for over 40,000 miles. We recommend it maybe once every year, but really you can go a couple years without needing another application.
How do I know this isn't some snake oil I'm going to put in my car? What is going to indicate to me right away that it's working?
A lot of people in about 15 minutes of running will notice that their engine will get smoother, quieter, and in time you will see a performance increase because of the combustion efficiencies are going to up a little. So we're going to see better efficiencies inside the cylinder walls. You're going to have less friction. You're going to hear less lifter noise. You're going to have easier starts in the winter. There's lots of benefits that come from this tiny little tube.
And what are some of the benefits I'm going to see long term?
Long term, your car's not going to die. It's going to keep going. If you accidentally run out of oil, we do not recommend that. But in some cases, we've had customers come to tell us that they have survived and made it to a shop without oil.
Well, the science is there. They prove it on their website. You can check them out there. It's Tribotex.com. It's great for any vehicle, so go and check it out and see what it can do for you.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
Whoa, I got it. Do you know somebody else, if you know another person, I bet you they need a magic creeper. They certainly do if they have an automobile or a home. Maybe they live someplace. Right, you can use a magic creeper around the house if you're doing plumbing under the sink. Maybe you're working around on the floor, doing some cleaning. You can kneel on the magic creeper. It's gonna save your knees. You don't need to wear weirdo knee pads when you're working around the house, maybe doing the gardening. Perfect for that. Of course, you wanna throw a magic creeper in your car because a traditional creeper can't come along with you. They're way too big, way too bulky. Magic creeper rolls right up, only weighs a couple of pounds, and you can stick it right under the seats. It'll hide there until you need it. And when you need it, boy, you'll be glad you have the magic creeper. Maybe a breakdown beside the road, flat tire, perfect application for the magic creeper. You can roll it out there, kneel on that. It'll keep you off the glass or gravel, roots, maybe the mud. It'll keep you clean. It'll keep you dry, and you'll be able to make your fix and get on your way. If you have the emergency roadside kit as well, of course, includes the magic creeper. You can also get some gloves and tools, lights, and some safety equipment to get you on your way safely and get to your destination. Maybe this person you know is a student and they're headed back to college. Well, you want them to be safe. So if they get stuck by the side of the road, you'll be glad they have the magic creeper and the emergency roadside kit as well. It makes a terrific gift. And if you don't have one for yourself, of course, grab a couple of them. Go to magiccreeper.com to get the one, the only authentic magic creeper. Stay right there because Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, returns right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Tribotex, make your engine last longer. Azuna, fight the funk. AP Laser, leading the way. And by Dragonfire Tools, industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage.
At DragonfireTools.com, you can find a tool storage solution that is right for you. Lou, how does it become more versatile when you start marrying everything together?
This year, we've come up with some new products. One of the new products is this lower corner unit and this upper corner unit. So if you're trying to come along two walls in your shop or garage, you're going to be able to marry a workbench to the corner unit on either side and you fill that space effectively.
And I love this, you're talking efficiency. If you're a pro, of course, time is money, and you can bring your workpiece. If you're working on an engine, you bring it right here, and everything you need is just a step away, which is wonderful. And then if you're at home too, it's compact. It brings all your tool storage together, and that maximizes your space as well.
Yeah, from the efficiency standpoint, having your workbench as your toolbox is definitely the way to go. No more walking back and forth and wasting all that time. Having your tools right where you're working at, that's efficient.
The workbenches are the centerpiece of what you do at DragonfireTools.com, and this is your most popular unit right there. Tell me about that.
So this is our 20-drawer Midnight Pro Series workbench. One of the innovative things about this workbench that we changed for this past year is now we have 6 wide drawers in it. You have 2 thin drawers and you have 2 deep drawers in this workbench. You also have a 14-gauge tubular steel all-welded construction, a 304 stainless steel top, 16-gauge galvanized steel drawer bodies, and drawers rated for 200 and 400 pounds.
The workmanship is second to none, and a system like this is going to maximize your space and make your workday a lot more efficient. Go to DragonfireTools.com, find out what's right for you. And oh, by the way, there's a promo code for Motorhead Garage viewers. Promo code Motorhead will get you free shipping and a discount as well. At NHOU Protective Coatings, Joe's taught us a ton about fighting rust underneath our car. But Joe, this isn't a magic bullet. This isn't just a one and done sort of thing. What do we have to do to make this a routine?
Right, you're never going to beat Mother Nature. So what we're doing is slowing her down, and this is an annual application. You want to just be proactive.
In the course of applying these products underneath the car, you've come across something a little more heavy duty.
Yes, so we discovered there were weak points in our system, and one of them was the washout areas, the very abrasive areas like the wheel wells, the backs of the bumpers. And so what we did was we came out with a heavy-duty version of our oil, which will substantially extend the protection time.
How does it work compared to the other products you have?
Same product. It doesn't have quite the creeping ability, but what we do is we only put it in the areas where it's washout. You don't need it to creep. We can see it, and we get 100% coverage.
How do I know this is the product that I want?
We have actually introduced in our shop this year what we call NHOU HD. So we've slightly refined the formula in the wheel well guard, and now we're applying this to substantial areas under the undercarriage of your vehicle for that high-use, heavy traffic commercial driver who isn't getting a full year on the chassis with the oil itself. You can come into our shop and we will spray the much thicker version of our product, the HD, on the undercarriage, including oil and body cavities, which is critical, but that will extend the protection close to a year, in some cases maybe 2.
Well, we can assure you it's super goopy. In fact, check that. I mean, boy, that's really thick stuff. And I'm going to show you how viscous this is. Believe me, folks, I do my own stunts here. Ready for this? That's amazing stuff. It is the NHOU HD. And you can check out that and the rest of their products at NHOUundercoating.com.
You're a braver man than I am.
Nothing like doing a little tailgating Motorhead garage style. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we thank you for coming along for the ride. We'll do it again next week. We hope you come with us. In the meantime, you can check us out on our Facebook page, and if you have a product you want to see featured on our show, email jeff@masterstv.com. And from our entire crew here at our Dragonfire Tools studio, we'll see you next week. So long.